Universities, we finance scholarships, and we've already heard about the numbers of scholarships that are being given to something like, I don't know, a bit less than 20, I think, countries, and Tanzania is one of those countries that we work with. That is about capacity building of the individual.
Approve the research in the universities, and together we will build up the research in the different aspects of fast-growing cities. As there is the urban planning, the decent housing, the waste, the energy, sustainable energy, the cultural heritage, the socio-economic development with food production, and the mobility. Gender and participation, ICT, so many different challenges we have to approve.
But the vice principal of the university and the deputy vice principal say that the funding will support researchers with improved housing, transport and other means, and will help to build infrastructure in the cities as well as build gender equality.
National Institute for Medical Research Director General Professor Said Aboud says building the genetics capacity in Tanzania will help health sectors in addressing many challenges associated with genetic-related diseases. He made the remarks in Dar es Salaam during the second conference on human genetic research organized by Tanzania Human Genetics Organization, THGO. Here is Emmanuel Samuel with more details.
It is the second conference which goes by the theme leveraging human genetics research in the era of personalized medicine, which brought together different stakeholders from the health sector and higher learning institutions to learn on the importance of human genomics in medical fields, as explained by the representative of the Tanzanian Human Genetics Organization, THGO.
So what is important now is for the policymakers to understand this and have policies in place that can help us to, push this
to ensure that we improve the diagnostics, especially of rare diseases or genetic disorders that we currently know cannot be diagnosed in our current systems. And we are working very closely with clinical personnel, health personnel, and we are aiming at really engaging more with different disciplines within the health sector.
Professor Said Aboud, who is the General Director of National Institute of Medical Research, who is invited as a guest of honor, has the remarks about the conference.
We at National Institute for Medical Research, who is the regulator of health research in Tanzania, are very much in support of Tanzania Human Genetics Organization in this mission, and will be delighted to see that personalized medicine vision is realized in this country.
Furthermore, he added that the conference is the open door to the clinician and nurse to learn more on how to diagnose and treat genetic-related diseases, while one of the parents to a child with rare disease and the other participants who attended the conference have their comments.
And it is my hope that this conference will result into long-term future networks.
Myself, I feel like this will pave a way to so many opportunities like medication, diagnosis, and how to raise these children with special needs.
Other rare diseases, conferences like this do help a lot, and we hope that many people will join forces in helping, even donating.
On this genomic organization conference is very valuable in today's, as we see, we use advanced method technique to sequence a genome.
Reporting from Dar es Salaam, Emmanuel Samuel, TBC News.
Rukwa Regional Commissioner Queen Sindika says more than 15 billion shillings is expected to be used to change Sumbawanga town outlook in Rukwa region. The funds will also be used for the construction of 16 kilometers road, as well as the construction of an international market. Hosea Cheo from Rukwa region reports.
The development project implemented in 18 cities in the country, the first phase has contributed to change the Sumbawanga town, the headquarters of Rukwa region, by improving the infrastructure of roads and the bridge.
Kwenye naposimama hapa tumepiga hatua kubwa sana kuona barabara zimefunguka.
As we stand here, we have reached a big step in ensuring that the road infrastructures built here bear its importance in Sumbawanga.
Kwa nyuma ilikuwa ni shida sana, ilikuwa ni tabu. Hususani hata kama unatoka hapa kwenda.
In the past, it wasn't easy to even walk or use the roads from Sumbawanga to other places around this town. A small town, but very expensive to cover the transportation costs in it.
In the second phase of the implementation of project under the urban development program in the country, Sumbawanga town is one of 12 towns. Those are being improved once again.
Kutangaza tenda za ujenzi wa barabara za lami.
We've started issuing tender announcements for the construction of a 16-kilometer road around Sumbawanga town. The construction of the road is in addition to the construction of the international markets for grain products that was built here in Sumbawanga. President Samia Suluhu Hassan's bag of cash has already opened massive fiscal circulation in the Rukwa region at the moment.
Tushatangaza tenda hapa, tunamsubiri tumpate jamaa tumkomalie atujengee haraka pale tumalize.
The Honorable Mayor of Sumbawanga Municipality, Justin Marisawa, has admitted that the member of the Sumbawanga Municipal Council have approved the construction of the road and the international market this year.
Moja ya component kwenye ule mradi walikuja na wazo kwenye baraza. Wakasema wanarukwa tusiwe tunalia.
One of the components of the urban development project is to build roads and markets. The director of the Sumbawanga municipality came up with an idea in the council meetings, insisting people to take use of God's grace by providing us with economic production in abundance. Needlessly to say, it was a call for creating market to serve a corn's farmers' interest. And as a matter of fact, for my brothers and sisters, let's go farm productively.
Jose, TBC News, Rukwa.
Thank you very much, Jose Cheo. Great news there for the Rukwa residents. And that marks the end of the local news. International news is up next. And here is the international news with Flora Mwano.
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has criticized global institutions for failing to address the world's biggest challenges, calling on countries to find common grounds on divisive issues. Speaking at the opening of the Group of 20 G20 Foreign Ministers meeting in New Delhi, Prime Minister Modi said that countries should acknowledge that multilateralism is currently in crisis. He said the experience of the last few years, financial crisis, climate change, pandemic, terrorism and wars, clearly show that global governance has failed to address them in one voice.
The world looks upon the G20 to ease the challenges of growth, development, economic resilience, disaster resilience, financial stability, transnational crime, corruption, terrorism, and food and energy security.
The New Delhi meeting is being attended by 40 delegations, and also Prime Minister Narendra Modi has called on leading economies to help the world's most vulnerable people and bring back stability, confidence, and growth to the global economy. The lack of consensus at the gathering of finance officials mirrored the outcome of the last November's G20 summit in Bali, when host Indonesia released a declaration acknowledging differences between countries.
That was international news. Sports news is up next. And in sports news, the Simba Sports Club booked their place into the quarterfinals of the Federation Cup after crashing out African Sports from Tanga by 4-0 in an entertaining match played at Uhuru Stadium in Dar es Salaam. Male Cheto has more details of this story and other sports news.
Simba Sports Club scored the opening goals in the first half when Jean Baleke put the ball into the net past the African Sports Club goalkeeper. Other goals scored by Kennedy Juma, Mohamed Musa and Jimson Mwanuke in the second half of the game.
Peter anaika kwenye njia ndani kule kwa Mwanuke.
Friday, Young Africans will play Tanzania Prisons at the Chamazi Stadium. Geita Gold will take on Green Warriors. Singida Big Stars will play JKT Tanzania. IHF welcome Pan-Africans. Mtibwa Sugar will play KMCFC. Kagera Sugar will battle against Mbeya City, while Azam FC will welcome Mapinduzi FC at Chamazi Stadium. Young Africans representative and Faisal Sam legal team attended the review of the contract decision made by Tanzania Football Federation Constitution, Laws and Players Status Committee. Speaking to the media after meeting that took more than 2 hours, Young Africans Chief Executive Officer Andrew Mtine and Faisal Salma advocate Fatuma Karuma and Makubi says they are waiting for the result of the review that will be released by the Federation Committee.
The other party requested a review, so we came to attend. We await the decision of the committee.
Do you think it's fair?
It's their right to request a review, it's their right to appeal, so there's nothing about fairness.
What we demand is only the right to be observed. You can't comment anything. Now let's know that every side given chance to speak and present their argument, that's only.
It is more than 1 month since Faisal Salm being out of Young African squad due to the conflict related with his contract with his club.
Thank you very much, Malio Cheto, and that marks the end of the news bulletin for tonight. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to catch us again tomorrow, same place, same time, right here on TBC1. I am Nasa Kingu. Have a lovely night.
TBC1